Like a fish and then you die.
So, TikToks and non-binary clocks. Welcome to this new episode of FableScape. I am here with my wonderful players, and we are ready to jump right in.
Yes. Hi.
So, in the last episode, our merry crew decided to set out from the city of Saints Landing towards Fardrift, in search of a man named Captain Olven to deliver the stone with the recording they had acquired in a previous exploit, and managed to catch up with this person during a wild night ride, and reached and arrived on a scene. Corpses of soldiers all over, and the captain with the remaining guards of a small retinue fighting off a curious creature, a beast, bat-like in appearance, but something different, started fighting the captain, and the party intervened. After a short but vicious battle, the beast was slain and left dead on the ground. As the party managed to deliver their message to the captain decided to immediately set off towards Saints Landing to try and recover, if at all possible, the defense of the city. In the meantime, you decided to sit down to relax and have your kind of night's sleep. So, what would you like to do? Sleep.
Before going to sleep, did we already get our long rest or?
Not yet.
All right. So
you are going to.
I would like to search the surrounding area, see if there is like a pond of water, a small lake or something like that, or a river even.
Sure, make a survival check.
All right. Okie dokie. Well, 3.
Great. In this particular area, you can't find anything like that. It's more like a hilly mountainside, essentially,
Right.
and snow, like rivers or even small creeks or anything.
All right. I will simply go back to the camp and lay down to rest.
Okay. Okay.
When you say that as an action, does it mean that it has to be done during like a battle?
No,
or
you can do it
something?
whenever. Just if you do it in battle, it takes an action.
Okay. So before going to sleep, I'll do like magic awareness and try to. And it says that the turn doesn't. You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet.
That is not
of
behind total cover. That is not behind total cover.
Yes.
Okay. And it just happens. Correct?
Yes.
So, with your mind's eye, if you wish, open, you scan the surroundings, and in what is essentially an open area in a forest where you have sat down, you don't really find anything magical besides what, if anything, you are carrying, your group is carrying.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So.
Oh.
go to sleep.
Well, technically, Cosmos Circlet would set off a very slight magical aura.
Talk about
perceptible.
it to me tomorrow.
Would I have noticed it when I used it in front of?
The man's.
No, because Cosmo wasn't there. I used detect magic
In front of the door.
in front of Milorai's door. we were all
Yes.
together, then would I have noticed it?
You would have noticed something, yes.
All right.
Very, very slight abjuration magic.
All right, abjuration
Like
magic.
extremely faint. Like it's almost like a faint residue.
All right.
So he will just before going to sleep, he will undress and apply the ointment that the garden
Sure.
gave
I
him
should roll for it, sorry. You get specifically,
on the bruise left by.
you get 3
Ida.
applications of what is a healing salve
Okay.
and gives you 1d8 plus 2 healing.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Fine. Okay.
Okay, if you wish to.
Yeah. I was just doing it for.
Okay, it's fine. You
Role
tried it
play
out.
purpose.
You didn't use a full portion, just tried it out. Okay.
Like
Mhm.
like
Yes.
savory almost.
Very savory. It is greenish and not like bluish, but it has that similar
I think it
flavor.
will go well with some bread.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, it is made from a plant. It's not that.
Before going to sleep, I'm gonna go sit like far from the others, put a little ice berry like right next to me, and pray a little bit.
Okay.
Just do it silently.
You get your moment of like peace and hopeful recover.
I made a
recovery,
mess
essentially.
today. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Anyone else wishes to do anything?
No, I believe that Akron is tired,
Mhm.
but can't shut up about who it was to be a diamond wolf.
And
So,
King is like
he's
there.
like-
No, I get
He's
it.
like to Kiki. He's speaking to Kiki, and he's like, "And did you see what I do?" I was like,
That was actually amazing. But can we talk about it tomorrow, please?
but did you catch it when I?
Oh God.
Cosmo is still listening to Akram, but is trying to not fall asleep while he's talking to him. So it's like, yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's Cosmo. Like, do you seek to sleep anywhere or like lay down, something like that?
Just lay down.
Okay, then I go next to Cosmo because he's like my bestie, and I take one of his ears. Immediately as I. Oh my God. We've done it plenty of times.
Okay. So night is almost over, and the sun is dawning to horizon as you all sat down to sleep. Would you like to make any like guards turns?
No.
I think, yeah,
I can't really right now.
I think, yeah,
We didn't survive it.
I think I wouldn't think about it.
So
Me neither.
okay, so as the day essentially progresses,
We get robbed.
Of all we've got.
you all during this day essentially, and sleeping during the day is pretty weird for most of you. Like, it's not something you used to do. First of all, the sunlight makes it so that it's difficult to actually like fall asleep comfortably. Most of you are kept awake for longer than you wish, due to the fact that you have to like to cover your eyes in different positions and ways not to be disturbed too much. Also, animals plenty run around you. You see a small elk and a couple like ferrets that move around in the grass and sometimes startle you awake as they pass you. Birds sing between the trees, and you even hear some of the larger predators, such as eagles. Not really, I was talking about birds. Such as eagles or falcons, as they move over the mountains and like. The situation is weird. Like, it is different than what you're used to in sleeping, but nonetheless, you manage to catch enough of a comfortable sleep to receive your long rest. 8 hours would be, since it was about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I would say, as you actually start sleeping, it would be
3 p.m.
Yes, about 3 p.m. So it's you wake up. First of all, you wake up pretty hungry and thirsty, and you wake up under what is a very hot end of summer sun. But you have taken your long rest. You didn't really have any issues during the night. Also, this fact that you didn't really manage to catch up deep slumber allow you to keep an eye out without much effort. You saw actually a couple of people passing by over the road or heard carriages, but all in all, the night went off pretty smoothly.
All right. First of all, let's get clean. I will give a second shot at finding a body of water because I need to get clean
Okay, make
before
another
starting
survival
my
check.
day. That's natural one.
Is like the closest body of water is the sea, which is about half an hour march in a straight line. So, yeah, that's an option.
Do we still have the map?
Yes.
We should check.
Yes, we do indeed have the map. Let me get it. I am looking for it in my backpack. It's in here somewhere.
I swear. You
Okay.
have a map, and it is very informative. What do you
There.
wish to know?
We have a map.
I will take it and
So we have to go
during
to
the break. So
Library
Library of Thalor.
of Thalor, if we want to.
Yeah, we should definitely go to the Library of Thalor.
Sorry.
We should go there. Yeah.
If
I agree.
What else are we going to do?
a bit of backtrack. While Kiki was waking up, you saw them go out for a bit, and like half an hour, and then come back.
Okay, a long time. We get it.
They took a piss. It's fine. They took a poo.
Yes.
Oh,
So I will open my water skin and try to get as clean as possible by using the water in my water skin. And
okay.
you see it now, like undressing and starting to pour water on herself, and she pulls out a little like bit of soap.
wouldn't you like? I'm sorry if this is like not nice to you know when dogs do. Wouldn't you just like?
No, it would still be dirty, and dogs do that after they're wet.
Could you do that now?
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. That made my day. That man has a new kind of respect. You know, now.
This is frustrating.
Do you often get taken back for a dog or something?
No, I mean not being able to clean properly. The worst way to start a day, but
Maybe at the library, I think there would be some
Showers, definitely.
Or at least.
And the library.
It's a big library. They got a lot of stuff.
places where to
I have
wash.
never heard of it.
I did.
all right, let me.
Yeah, it's like magical or something.
So how
It's a
far
magical
is
I think so.
this place?
Well, looking at the map, well, we're basically over there on this side of the coast. So on the left side of it, we
On
gotta
the
go
other
through the
side.
mountains, I guess, and get to the island.
Yeah.
Like all the
I
other.
would say yes, you have two main paths. Essentially, you can circle around both northward or southward, or you can cut straight through.
That's true. we're
But it's
gonna
not
have to.
necessarily going to be the fastest. It's more direct route, but not necessarily faster.
So which
That's
one
me.
is the fastest?
Make a survival check.
In the meantime, I will start preparing. I mean, a sort of branch for everyone.
Okay.
Pancakes.
No,
Do you have like supplies and stuff?
22.
and
It's a question. Do you have supplies and stuff, or do you need to find something in the wild?
well, I have rations. I can like try to get
Yeah.
something.
Rations is very simple food, but
Alright.
you can try to arrange something with it, like some
Russians.
sandwich at least.
A very simple.
Yes.
All right.
22.
Sorry. 22, very nice. You would say that like the fastest is without doubt the cutting through the mountain, but that requires a bit of expertise, if you wish.
No problem.
The fastest way is going through the mountains, but that requires a little expertise, if you will.
Okay, I'm trash at orienting, so
I'm good at orienting.
I'm good with
Exactly.
rocks and mountains.
between-
Well, we would make a great team. Me and Zabna.
Yes.
Or
Equally cool.
we can stop by the nearest city and take something we may need for the travel.
Is there any city
I don't know
through the
There's
mountains?
what.
Well, through the mountain, no, but you are fairly close to Fardrift, like closer to Fardrift than you are to Sense Landing.
But it will be on the other way.
Well, we
would
should
be
go
the other
down
way.
and then go right.
The nearest city is the other way where we have to go.
I don't remember where are our horses.
Our horses.
Horses, you left them behind.
Right.
Oh no!
As you went to fight.
To fight, I don't
Make a
know.
retroactive intelligence check.
Huh?
Make a retroactive intelligence check.
What does that mean?
anyone.
Let's see if you remembered about the horses before.
20!
With that, I will say that Abna remembered.
I remember because I had
Like,
history with that
As you
horse.
went to
I-
sleep, you had the one like the horses. Woke up everyone like holy shit.
So
And
she got it. She got the
so
horse.
yes, you recover the horses and you remember to tie them to a tree.
You remember.
I remember. How can I forget?
I forgot.
Right.
Forgot about
Okay.
How could you?
That's a name.
Okay, so the nearest city,
The
It's
nearest
far.
city would be Fardrift.
Fardrift. Is there anything that we could need in Fardrift? I mean, like, we found the captain before he arrived in Fardrift. So,
Surely we can't go back to Sin's Landing
no,
now.
absolutely not.
So that's out of the option.
Stuff is going down.
I need a lot
In
of
the meantime, Davna is like stretching, bulging her muscles,
We can
her morning
maybe
routine.
looking for some food and
Well,
We have food, we have the horses.
Another Russian.
I'm fine with that.
well, I can maybe see if there's something useful for my mother's
Oh, right.
disease.
Oh, that's right.
Well, go please.
I was just curious, Cosmo, your circlet, I couldn't help but notice that it gives off a slight magical aura. Are you aware of any magical properties it might have?
Well, I don't think it has any medical properties, but it is imbued with some magical power of my mother, but it doesn't have any ability or any property.
Would you
Does
like me to check that?
Prob-
Alright.
Was it hers? Did she give it to you?
No, my father made it, and she just gave it to little of her power.
What was she? Magical? Loxodon, I guess. Or did she have
Well-
magic powers?
She's not lost.
Oh,
Which
Oh.
arises some question.
I'm sorry, this might sound rude, but what is she?
You will say you.
Well, we
Adopted.
Just you would though.
What? No!
that like Luxodons can get with humans. I don't know.
I think they're biological.
We have to remember that he's working on 2 legs and not on 4, so maybe
Well,
he
if-
also went outside like that. I mean,
Maybe you're not comfortable with sharing.
Maybe.
Do
Maybe
you
not.
not yet?
Remember, like a postman or a close uncle?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
My
You
father.
really identify
Maybe a plumber. It's usually
Yeah.
plumbers.
He's a So I wouldn't know that. Shouldn't get those references. I will shut up.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. It's personal.
My father was a Loxodon.
Oh.
That explains it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So is Loxodon genetic? I'm not smart enough to think that.
What do you see from the crown?
Yeah, I laid on the ground and I will try to start and cast Identify as a ritual spell. Then I realize I don't have the pearl worth 100 gold. So I'll look at it and say, yeah, no particular magical property.
Like after drawing everything.
No, yeah, I will draw, I will like whisper some Salakabula. Yeah, and do some weird
Like prestidigitation.
She's just like in a corner.
Thing, magic thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then no magic properties at all. It's just a.
It's just-
Your mother maybe was a really powerful sorceress, and she left some of that energy in the circlet.
She still is. In that
Yeah.
magical.
Right.
But I think maybe rather than fire rifts, maybe a library could have something. Do you
It's a
know?
magical library. So
Do you know what she is affected by? You said she was sick.
Yes, but really don't know. So I'm looking for some information about it.
Like symptoms. You describe the symptoms and I'm looking for.
Yes.
Well, maybe then the
The
library.
library would have. Yes.
This must be one hell of an illness if she survived pushing you out.
whoa.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh.
she must be really strong and healthy.
Yeah.
Just like that, not flexing there.
You know, I
Definitely.
don't remember it.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's just biology.
Davna is also like flexing the muscles on her fingers.
On her fingers.
Whoa, those are some muscular fingers.
Weird flex, but okay.
Okay, so to the mountains.
That night, wet dream.
Should we?
And so we can head to Library of Thalor.
It might be able to,
I'm not parents.
to get some information about your parents.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Can't wait to meet them.
Okay, so you take the path through the mountains
Yes.
towards essentially the Library of Thalor and whatever, or like the place indicated by the Captain Alban, whatever closest, I guess.
Sorry, then I shut up. Since I used my water to bathe myself, and you had said we were thirsty, would that mean that I get 1 point of exhaustion because I'm not
No,
drinking?
it's fine. Like, you could have used enough of that to
Alright.
have still something to drink.
Alright.
Okay, so
Should we go on foot or with the horses?
We still have them, so I would say.
Well, they rested for like a long time, so I think that's
Also
the
because
horses are fine.
otherwise it's like what time is it?
it is about 3:30 p.m.
Okay, so we have just half a day to move the most we can. Like,
Yeah.
Before it.
Yeah, sure.
maybe at least cross the mountains.
So
Oh, I hate horses. Okay. I was flying on the back of Snow's horse.
Jump on Kai.
okay, so you're still on the front with the map.
Yes, I am.
So, as you all make your way towards the mountains, I will ask Ida to make a survival check to see how well you can guide the rest of the group.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Plus 4, it's a 5.
Nice. So,
But also, I should like kind of know the area, like know the general
He's on
layout,
the horse
like
riding.
layout of the land. No, I am a horse.
Oh.
I recall, like I recall my so I'm like, oh.
okay, so, Akram, if you help Ida, I can give her advantage, or you can roll yourself if you wish to try and guide yourself.
Well, how much
What-
do you...
No, you can't ask like that. It's too easy.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 5, how good are you at this?
I mean, I do know like the general layout. I know stuff. I'm not very good at patching up the stuff together. So maybe I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
13.
Okay. So
Better than a natural one.
you gather up your things, bundle up whatever bedrolls and tents you have used, pack up, and start delineating the path you wish to take. And as soon as you're ready to go, Ida, you take the lead and go straight towards the sea. And Akram like catches you and wait, like turns your map the other way around, and you get
Sure. I'm drawn to water. That's the thing, yeah? Let me
You
just align my
actually managed
chakras
to-
quickly. Okay, I got it.
I'm fine. And you actually set off on the right direction towards the mountain, the foot of the mountain. And at first, it is pretty. What pace are you traveling, just for curiosity?
Oh,
Well, I
relax, but quick. So
yeah, I
that-
think we should, yeah, not like stealthy or carefully, because I think we could go fast, but pushing the horses, I don't think.
Yeah, we've got
is-
one horse that is about to
Yeah, and
And we're
also,
going up a mountain.
yeah, and also, I mean, right now we're not on a tight schedule anymore, because actually we should stay out of the city for as long as possible.
like,
At least as long as Milorad contacts us again.
Mhm.
yeah,
He said he would.
Yeah.
he can do
It's
it.
like a medium pace.
Like a medium pace, okay.
Except for Akram, who's like hopping around, like in horse form, so it looks kind of like Donkey from Shrek. Like going
red
around
donkey.
having
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No. Are we there yet?
Oh,
Okay.
let's hope we don't meet a dragon.
I mean, fiery creature.
Yeah,
I could go with that.
that checks out.
So, you start making your way towards the largest, essentially the easier to spot path through the mountains, and you don't really find a path itself. It's more like a general area where you can see some trouble occasionally takes place. There are no like, it's all decently laid out enough so that you can actually follow a direction, essentially, and you don't really have just to move randomly. So you can follow some general indications. You even find some crosses on rocks and stuff that probably lay out some sort of passage for other people. Even though you gather this particular road is pretty rarely traveled by anyone, since it is so ineffective if you wish to move, especially like large amount of goods or stuff like that. It's just a more traveled by foot or by horse kind of road. And you make your way for about half an hour before you reach the actual foot of the mountain. The hilly countryside gives way to a more rocky and less obvious path, where you have to adjust your trajectory a bit to try and figure out precisely where you're going. You now find a creek that slowly, and it's not very large amount of water, essentially. It's pretty small and feeble, but there is a small creek when you can actually refurnish your water skins and get some water for the travel. And you start making your way in this valley, essentially, between the two mountains, more like a mountain pass, actually. You don't have an actual path to follow, but you still manage to, thanks to the guiding help of Ida, you manage to more or less keep a straight line and by what is essentially the start of dusk, we're about 7 p.m. at this point, so 4 hours has passed. You are just beyond the first mountain pass, essentially. You see that you are still not, you're still about 1/3 of the way there. You can see that in this like 4 or 5 hours, you have just traveled the first pass, and from there you can see out in this smaller valley, essentially, one more essentially big pass that you will have to pass through. So there is a bit of a forced travel in this sense, and that is mostly as much as you can see. The map is not very informative because this is not a trail that is like signed and taken note of, so you can't really have an indication of that, and you've never traveled this specific route before, so you're just mostly going like improvising a little bit, and a couple times you have to turn back and search out better path as you find yourself in a place where you can't really proceed with the horses, or where in general it would be a bit hard to move and you have like to search for a better alternative. But you arrive at sundown. It is about 8:30 p.m. And you actually, you can see you are in a bit of a flat area where you could technically stop for the night, even though it is a bit windy in specific place. Like the sensation you have is that being a higher and reasonably flat area in a valley, this place is probably going to be a bit cold during the night. So you keep searching a little bit and looking around and setting your eyes on some kind of better place. Ida, once again, since your passive perception is insane, you notice light flickering in the middle distance, just not really far from where you are, but still about 10-15 minutes from your position.
You guys, 10-15 minutes to our position, there's a light. How do you...
Where?
Oh my god, you know, that's the thing, I can see well in the dark, but sometimes it's my goddess, it's definitely, it's her help. Y'all should try to worship
She
a
thinks
goddess.
about light in minutes. I don't really know how.
About distance in minutes. Yeah, it's just thank to my goddess. That's out there somewhere telling me stuff. And I basically say it back, just like they say it to me.
Who is that? This goddess you speak of?
Her name is Sayoni.
Sayoni.
Yeah, she is really, really nice. And, you know, well, we never directly spoke, but she's been so kind to me recently, so I think that she's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Are you offended if I say I've never heard of her?
Well, not many people have. I found her out in the library. I don't think she's got many followers, honestly. I'm the first one that I met.
Can you? Never mind.
Okay,
That's cool.
let's go to the
Religion is bullshit.
15 minutes away light.
Should we?
Please,
Okay.
lead us.
Sure.
Can I get down from the horse since my ass is killing me?
Yes, you have traveled quite a while in not the most comfortable situation, but
But
you descend from the horse, and also at this point you feel the horse is getting a bit tired since this path is not as comfortable for them to ride as the most like usual road. So you move, and in about 15 minutes you reach what is essentially a small pocket of trees in one side, against one of the sides essentially of the mountains in this valley. And in this situation you can see there is it looks to be a fireplace and bonfire.
Fire.
A random fireplace. You have a bonfire, and there is a carriage that is parked right behind it, and a man who is seated in front of the fire with a stick and is cooking something over the open flame. And as you make your way towards him, you you see him turn and like, hey, and signal towards you.
Hi!
I will get closer to the bonfire, extend my hand, and reignite the flame.
And sorry.
Reignite the flame.
The first point.
Then I will sit down and I will level up. Alright. No, I don't do any of that.
This is
don't
what
have the Lord
Snow
Red.
thinks while she moves towards the bonfire.
Hi!
Hi. And you see it is a goblinoid.
What?
Goblin.
So he's really short.
He is pretty short, and he is wearing like this red coat. It's pretty fancy, and has a bit of a beard. Doesn't seem to be old, more like middle-aged goblin, if you will. Yes, and like hails you with this very warm smile. It's like, hey, wow, I'm so happy to see someone. It's been quite a while that I'm here, and it sucks.
Are you stuck here?
Yes, I'm stuck here. My horse got attacked by wolves and got slain, and such. I am stuck here with my carriage and with my goods, and I can't go anywhere. That is amazing.
Oh,
Yes. Do you have a horse?
We have several.
I see.
Yeah.
They're,
Sell me a horse.
I mean,
Yes.
they're riding horses. They're not like. I don't know
just
if
need
they
to
can pull a
move this
carriage.
Carriage. It's a small. It's not
Alright.
like the largest thing. It's
Alright.
mostly like a calais, essentially. Like I perfectly understand your point. I really just need to bring these things quite rift, and that would, I can buy another horse.
Well, selling a horse.
we could sell him a horse.
Yes, I can pay it. I can pay it. I just really need to get the fuck out from here. You understand me?
Yeah, especially with that carriage. I don't think you can carry
No,
it.
I can't. In fact, I'm it's 2 days I'm here, and
Today.
What are you carrying?
my goods. I am a merchant. You see, I sell things.
What do you sell?
Well, mostly fabrics and real specialty and interest are candles. Yes.
How
I
do you
do
use
as
them in the
well.
water? I'm sorry, but what's the point?
You want a candle that burns in the water? I have a candle that burns in the water.
No.
No.
Like, Davna is not really amazed by the goblin. Like,
Honestly,
not
me
impressed.
neither.
Sorry?
Me neither. I'm not impressed because when he said, I want to buy a horse, Akram forgot to revert back to the druid self.
And
You
it
will
is.
still be a druid.
It,
Just let me go.
You can have transform the second time if you wish.
because we've
You can
been
have
Last 1 hour.
Yeah.
You have
Like-
time limit, but you can transform twice,
For the
correct?
second time.
You can transform twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you could have transformed the second time.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
forgot to revert back. So I'm sitting on the bonfire like a horse sitting on the butt, with legs crossed. And when the goblin says, I want to buy one of your horses, he looks at Akram. So I don't like this man. I'm not gonna be
Understandable.
bought.
Perfectly understandable. You're also
Cosmo
pointed.
is really amazed about candles that
Guys, we could exchange one horse for candles that light underwater.
for a candle that lights underwater.
Yes.
I would be fine with it.
it's really cool.
Yeah,
I
it is.
certainly
Thank
have
you.
met it.
Also, it has a use. It's not just a candle that.
Is it like
With your words, don't worry.
does it have a good
Scented.
smell? Is it scented?
Well, it is scented, but also it allows you to breathe underwater, so it is very useful.
It's a cool candle.
It is a
Really breathe underwater.
Sure, but can I light a candle underwater?
She got the point.
Okay, Davna just
It works.
turn her back to 1 second because I'm tall.
How much would this candle cost? Friend.
75 gold pieces.
No, it's not. It's about 5 gold pieces.
Pieces.
You don't.
It's all I have. I think I can buy a candle.
You definitely don't need that candle. You're the one that definitely doesn't need this candle of all of us.
Would I know what is like the mark price for a horse?
For a horse.
For a
okay,
horse.
For a horse, yes.
For a scented candle, the bird
Just for like general purpose, make an intelligence check.
Here we go. Oh,
What's the
nice,
like how
actually.
close you can get.
22.
Ooh, okay. So you would say that usually a horse. It depends from the horse, of course, but like the standard full horse essentially is about from like 40 up to 100 gold, depending on how good of a horse that is, how young and stuff like that. Riding horse, which yours are not, yours are actually pull horse, which is the most standard type of horse that you can find. Riding horses are more akin to war horses. To that, like it's more something that gets used to. Yes, it's more like specifically and is what nobles usually use and stuff like that. So it's a bit more like upper class kind of style. And it's not even that common to find. So in general, like this kind of fancier horses run from between like 75 gold upwards to like 2000 gold. Like it's no upward limit.
I just need to know like what we could sell them for.
Your horses are a bit worse for wear, but you could probably, especially if you want to pull a bit on the necessity of this person, you could easily get about 50-60 gold from that.
Well, certainly, Ira, sorry if I speak here, but we don't want to give you a horse for a candle that burns underwater. We can buy that,
Sounds like that, don't worry.
but that doesn't sound like a bargain. So I think we could give you a horse. I guess we have enough to sell
I
one.
could walk. I really don't like going horseback.
All right, if you think you can keep up, we would ask.
I'll try my best.
I think we would ask at least for one of these, not the sickly one, at least 50 gold pieces.
50 gold, maybe make a persuasion check in general just to see how he responds.
13.
13? Yes, that seems a reasonable price. Thank you very much. I will definitely take that. You will, solve a big issue to me. So yeah, that's worth that money. Thank you.
Do we all agree on that?
I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. Like in general.
That
Oh,
is very.
That's really unpleasant.
That's
racist.
It's a rather pleasant thing to say.
That is, but they come into our mountains and destroy and rob us. So
Well, not all of us do that. There are some goblins that do bad
my
things.
experience
There are
with
also bad
goblins,
dwarves that do bad things to us, if you wish to.
if you come into our houses and like destroy it, then I'm
Cosmo
kidding.
just takes
I have
Ravna
just-
by the head and takes it
Just-
from his
I'm
shoulder and
trying,
says,
I'm trying.
there,
And
there.
I just go and easy.
And alright,
Naughty
so
boy.
that's okay. That's this horse, and I will give him my horse for 50 gold pieces, and I will pull out 5 gold pieces, give them that for a candle that burns underwater.
Yes. I will be delighted to give you also a couple of my scented candles in exchange. And like adds 2 scented candles. Which scents would you like?
The underwater one.
You have that already.
Oh,
Another
Okay.
new one.
what scent do you
What
like?
choices do we have?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got ones for you.
Do you have ice berry?
cute.
Sorry?
Do you have ice berry?
So I have this berry. It's so requested and so
I want.
appreciated. everywhere.
Yes, I want that. That one. Can we get an iceberry candle?
Ice berry.
You can get whatever I want. I don't need them.
Okay,
Please.
so an ice berry, and then we have tangerine,
Oh, ice
orange.
berry.
Ice berry.
Yes.
Love it.
It's a good
You
one.
want 2 ice berry candles?
The worst kind of berry.
It's not.
So
Maybe
How many
something
of these kinds do we
flowery.
have?
I can give you
Maybe something flowery.
I think that's two, like one
vanilla candle,
or
which is
already
very, very nice.
quite
Yeah,
nice.
I'm not vanilla. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Let me see here. And like someone's rummaging through one of the crates that he has on the thing, and you hear like of like candles touching one another. and like pulls out a couple. This is mint, and then this is the tangerine I said. This is the orange, lemon. Ooh, firegrass. Have you ever heard of this?
Fire.
Yes, it's very sick. And like hands you the candle, which is it's red in color, and well, it's a candle. If you like smell the wax, it has a very almost like burnt earth kind of smell. It's not unpleasant, like it's earthy, but aromatic in some sense. It's more like, almost like some kind of spices you can find. It's pretty interesting. But it's not for everyone.
Do you like it? We should get that one.
I am like
I like
A
it
nice
too.
berry one for us and a firegrass for him.
this is a gift.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry. I never presented myself. I'm Helis.
Helis.
Gideon?
How would you spell that?
Helies. Helis. Helios.
Alias.
I thought he was just like the shoes. Heels.
Also, like, if you read it another way, it's like he lies.
Oh shit! It's kind of sucks.
Someone made like a magic detection or like an intention detection because
Make an insight check.
that's
You
not
do make
something.
it.
You make it in such a.
Would you
Did I?
happen?
Oh, you should.
Oh, I'll make an insight check.
Make an insight check.
Would you happen to have a relative who's called Shadow Leaves?
No, I'm
Nine.
so sorry.
One that's called Spence Breve? No, alright. Like
Brie life.
Oh, yes, my father's friend.
9.
9. Well, he seems like a goblin.
Okay, complex.
Like simple but pretty interesting person nonetheless.
Could someone else make an insight check, please?
Well, can I ask you a question?
To me or to the goblin?
The goblin.
The goblin.
Like, why did you take this route?
Well, it was the fastest.
From where?
From Etherglade.
Etherglade?
Oh, of course, which is looking at the map.
It's here.
Okay. Well, oh, sure.
Why didn't you go through these woods?
Yes, with all your carriage.
It is not really advised to pass through the Old Crow if at all possible. Like, it is a strange place, and I'm not really a fan of magical creatures, if you wish. So,
There are magical creatures in the woods.
yes. You have never heard of the Old Grove?
I don't think I did. I'm quite apt with the northern side of
Oh, you're from
Library.
the north.
Yes.
Well, I'm just curious.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can we talk about this while we eat? Would you mind?
Sure.
Alright.
Yes.
Like, yes, we would mind.
That is.
Don't be you.
Don't be
Just-
you.
Wow.
Just
Oh.
smell this candle, please.
No!
I don't like it.
Okay.
Oh, I also have other candles if you're interested.
First of all, I thank you for the invite, but I have to do another thing now, and so you can sit down while I go look for a body of water.
A fucking body of
Make a
water.
survival check.
Can I help her? I see that she's
Sure.
doing it for the third time.
In like 8 hours. How much?
Okay.
4 hours.
I mean, it's great that you have me because that bird was a 7. That's a natural 20.
You like excuse yourself for a second and like start looking around a little bit for
Like,
There's like a
body washing.
waterfall.
And
she
you
turns
hear,
to the left and it's like Niagara Falls.
yes, like you can't really find it at first, and then it's like he that like taps on your shoulder and points like literally downward from the ledge where you're standing, and downwards is like a emerald kind of lake, emerald colored, of course, lake body of water that seems to have some sort of like volcanic origin, even from the yellows and kind of like flora that grows around it.
I'm gonna change in my age appropriate bathing suit and just take a dip and go.
Okay, you jump from the ledge. It is about a
Oh,
30 feet jump. But
30
Well,
feet.
someone like to
I
jump.
die if I did it.
wow, one way to discover.
I like to get clean.
You're pretty sure you will.
Alright.
It's a decent, like, try not to fall too bad.
I'm just
but
gonna hurt my
Would you
ass.
like to
But like
talk to the
she's
goblin first?
An amazing.
The diver, yes.
Nobody knows. Check everybody. Us.
there's
This
a-
he lies there.
And he wanted to buy you.
Oh, then I think
Okay.
Mhm.
I will just stay.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna try.
Okay, make an acrobatics check just to see how.
you can use like your trunk and directly.
Yes, to
30, 30.
20, 30, 20.
There's 20. You like vault, like you
I know.
dive and vault and. It's like perfect. you look upwards and they're like you're
I know.
you're
That's
fancy.
like 10 out of 10.
I will just sorry,
That's right. Rush it.
stay there with Davna and the goblin, with and smelling all the candles. I like it.
From your perspective, it's very strong descent. Like you can, as soon as your trunk moves, like in the general direction of the cart, you pick up like all the smells combined. It's very strong and very like overpowering, and you almost like cough a little bit. But
Like
then as you,
walking in front of a large.
exactly, that's the kind of sensation you get. Like you all can smell it, but it's not that strong for your perspective. But for Cosmo, which has a very potent sense of smell, it is very, very.
You see like Cosmo's eyes going, like rolling back. Like,
Unsmelling soul.
But then he also smells Davna, and then he right.
and he goes like, "Oh, that's why I'm a mouth breather."
Precisely.
So while they talk to the goblin, me and Akram will go to have a bath, and we'll.
If you don't mind, I would like to come with you. I'm
Oh, all right. I thought.
So,
we'll
You
be
can
back.
change iceberry water. No, but he's the salt.
yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
He's the
No, it's better.
Steve. Steve.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you would know at least a little bit about like fish and how that works. So.
Yes, of course. It's never.
So, who wants to take a bath has a moment of relax, as the water is pretty cold, but the air outside is not that cold that makes it uncomfortable. So you can just have a moment like ooh, as you enter, but after a while you manage to just.
Can I like heat up the water?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
You have like control flames or something like that.
yeah.
Okay, so you can just like.
I produce them.
Can I
Yes, please, sorry.
can I feel the water getting warmer and be like, who did it?
Not me.
You see Akram with like bubbles coming all around him. It's like what?
No, that's disgusting.
Then you see the smoke.
Okay, I did too much.
Yes.
Can we take a moment to role play or? All right. Well,
Yes, the beach episode.
Yeah.
I start taking out the little flasks and like filling them with water and using shape water to freeze it and put them away in my bag.
Okay.
You see like
Cool.
Akram and Cosmo taking like bikini pics.
But still with the Adidas. It's a must.
Yeah.
He's not like hashtag sunkissed.
So, you mentioned that you wanted to talk to me about.
Yes, I was going to on the horse, but I was too preoccupied with staying on it.
Not barfing.
Yeah, not dying, falling from the horse. I heard you mention the Lambirius family.
Yeah.
Are you like servant to them or?
Oh no, not at all. It's just they have contacts with my family. I mean, not my family. There's a Library family which I serve, and I went over to their estate to ask question about the location of young Master Vernal.
Well, is he missing?
Yeah, he's missing.
Ah. So, this is why you're traveling.
Yeah, exactly.
Find Master
Vernal.
Vernal.
Yeah.
It's like almost like Jola, so you can check.
Mhm.
Was this your best friend that you mentioned?
Yeah, yes.
Am I hearing this conversation?
Yeah, of course.
So he's missing.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sorry that your best friend is missing.
yeah. It's,
So sorry.
You just have one right now.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that's a shame. A shame. Yeah. Man.
As my mother always told me, you know, jealousy doesn't look good on a fine lady, and in particular, on a wench like you, it looks disgusting. So, you know, that's not what I'm saying to you. That's what my mother told me. You're a very fine young lady.
Well, maybe your mother is even. Well,
Have a fine.
Now I get why your mother and my mother are friends.
You got wonderful parents.
No, my mother.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry, my mother.
I was joking.
No, yeah, but I think I don't know, I don't have really a feel for it, but I guess most parents are like that, so yeah, I guess they would get along.
But they're not though.
No.
Well, well, my mother is not like that.
Oh, that's good. What is she like?
But she's really sweet, and she sews, and she made me cute little princess dresses when I was smaller.
Oh, that's cute.
Like, I don't need them anymore. I left them like two years ago. So
No, yeah, I mean, that makes sense actually, because you're not like, you know,
Yeah.
you're a person, you can choose what to do in your life. That's
yeah,
it makes sense that you wouldn't have to be taught a certain way.
no, of course.
What is the goblin doing right now?
It's
and
just
see, because you're down with us. Just the two of them.
Oh,
Response.
what is the goblin?
who's up with the goblin? Nobody.
General,
Just me and Down.
So, as to Daphne,
Like, so just about
Daphne doesn't kill him.
the goblin is currently eating his dinner, who is like a rabbit that has been cut up to pieces and being smoked on like a stick, essentially being some sort of almost like a wooden skillet. But he's not like offering much of a conversation right now.
Agnes like cleaning this out. I just touch the water like this. Start cleaning this part here.
So like you
here,
moved it down
here. It's a little bit irritated.
because it's like two different places. So like you moved to the water.
But what is the
The
like?
water is down 30 feet from where you go.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like down
okay,
there.
like
You need
near
to, like-
I understood it was like
No, no.
kind of little water pool that ended in a pond.
No. Yeah, there is, but down 30 feet
Ah.
from
Exactly, from where you are, so you can like dive down.
No,
You're gonna do it with your
You
what?
can, not
I'm,
good.
I'm gonna use mine.
Okay.
I was just curious about your connection to the Lambirius family.
Why?
Well, I knew someone from the Lambirius family. It was a long time ago, though. Is Lord Richie still? No, I know the name. I didn't remember the title.
Would I know
Richie. Sorry?
this person?
Yes, you would.
Oh, yeah, you just meant, I mean, it's because I just know that I met with the Lambirius. I don't know anything
You
about
would know this like Lord Richard, known as Richie, is the
Richard.
is heir to the family right now.
All right.
Lord?
Richard Lamberius.
Oh yeah, I know Lord Richard. I met him a couple times.
You wouldn't be first term names with him.
Lord. All right. Well,
You would,
It's fine, by the way.
would she know it by name?
well, it's a bit
yes.
different. It works a bit
It's
different. I mean, kings were known by first name. People called them by first name. It was like first name basis. It's a bit
It's
different.
fine, it's fine.
Because if you say Lord Lamberius, it's not the hair. It's the
That's fine.
act. It's what should I call him?
It's fine, don't worry. Absolutely no problem.
Richie!
I call him
I know
Richard.
with that theory.
No.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Familiar. I met him a couple of times. I know him.
Is he still in good health?
From what I last saw, yeah.
That's nice to know. That's it.
Are you on good terms with them?
Well, not anymore. I guess I haven't seen him in a very long time.
Understood.
We were childhood friends.
And well,
Sorry to bother you.
no, that's completely fine. That's a very fair question, I guess. You're still happy that one of my friends went missing, right?
No. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm happy that I'm in the water, got my candles. So I'm just smiling a lot, but I'm not happy about it. I'm sad about it.
Alright.
For you.
But
Mm-hmm.
how long ago did he
Yeah.
disappear?
About a couple months ago.
Almost.
That's why I've been tracing like this path from, my family's estate.
Where are you from?
I
You were from
yeah.
the north.
Yeah, from the north. The name of the region was exactly
The
the
region.
yeah, the northwest. Yeah, the city.
Wait.
Sorry. Yeah,
What do you mean by region specifically? Like you are
the city. I don't know if it
no,
wasn't.
it's not city, it's more a castle. And
Yeah,
it is on an island and castle I absolutely remember. I'm coming.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Get them up, get them up.
Got the book.
Thank
One
you.
book. This every book.
I'm from Galdural.
Galdural, yes. Fortress of Galdural.
Sorry, I wrote it down. It's on the
I'm just
Yes,
My
I haven't got my notes as I would like.
Don't worry.
Is it nice there?
I mean, it's pretty cold. It's
Is that why your name's Snow?
that's I mean, actually no. It was because when I was born, I had white hair and white fur, and it was a really special occasion. And my family thought it's special because of that. And then it turns out I'm like not really talented, and my hair and fur started turning brown.
But you're
and,
very talented though. I think you do some quite.
yeah, my
cool stuff.
sisters know how to do much more. That's why now they call me Mud. Yeah. And yeah. But I mean, that's all fine.
They can be hard sometimes.
They're teaching. I mean, what I think is is heavy, but they're teaching me how to be a good servant.
Well,
That's all I need to be, and that's the training everyone in my family undergoes. So
well, we're gonna call you Snow. If you don't
thank
mind.
you. Yeah, no, and that's why I introduced myself. That's what a bit unfair of me, but
No,
No.
it's not.
That
It
is-
really fits you.
If it's your name,
Yeah.
I mean, it's yours.
thank you very much.
Others shouldn't have to
Yeah, you
Well,
decide
that's-
your name. Yeah, exactly.
change it.
Especially if you're. I'm not saying that your family is not nice because I'm sure they are. But if they call you mad, you're allowed to change your name.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right. A name is just a name.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
And all right. So sorry for making this about me. My fault.
Dive down the water. Like,
Okay, so after about an hour of bathing in this emerald water, you are all clean and much more relaxed, and you have taken off a lot of the dust of the past couple days. What would you like to do now?
I'm sorry. Did we miss anything?
I hope me, but I don't know.
Smooth.
Of course we did.
Yeah.
I have to write that down.
Yeah. I mean, how could one not miss this sturdy, bulging muscles of yours, you big lady?
Library
I'm
will get you
flattered.
literally everywhere.
Okay, how, like,
Did
it's
you?
9 p.m., not 10 p.m.? How?
Oh no, right now would be about 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
What are we gonna do? Should we go to sleep again?
I'm really not that tired.
No, me neither.
So do we
I
want,
can show you
like,
the rest of my candles.
Well,
Well,
I enjoyed it really much. That's enough for me. Thank you.
Well, wish to see my candles.
hey, I wanted to ask you, why are you going to Fardrift? Do you think there is more market there for candles?
Well,
or?
I am from Fardrift, so
Oh, you are.
yes, yes, yes. I went to Etherguild for. They said they had a wax that is very special,
Yeah.
and yes, it works fine. But I'm not sure I'm gonna make the journey again for that. So
Especially going through the mountains.
yes, but also taking the long route is not the best option. I'm fine with. I'm fine with it. Taking the hardest route is just was very lucky, and next time I will do better. But yes, I'm probably not gonna do that very soon or often in general.
Yeah, at least not with someone to help you with the walls. I guess.
That could be an option, yes. Take some guards or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not like the richest of merchants. I can't really afford a stable mercenary. But
Well,
oh, that's great. You're right.
it's the music.
so
I think we could, if we don't want to stop here, we could like march for another couple of hours towards the library.
yeah. Do you know anything about the Library of Thalor?
That's a good question.
the library.
Yeah.
Well, the library is. I have passed by it a couple times. I've never been in there. Like you need some sort of invitation. It's very complex. But what I've seen
Do
is
you
like
need an invitation to get
Do you
in?
need to pay like the
Usually-
little boat that goes from land to the island?
oh no, there is a page made of light that connects.
Whoa!
What?
What?
They are mages. You never heard of that?
Well, I knew it was magic, but I didn't know that they had a bridge made of
Well,
light.
it is a floating tower that resides on top of an island. And
Float?
yes, you've never been there?
No, I was gonna go there, but I didn't know it was floating.
That is quite the sight.
That is
Get you the
insane.
invitation then.
That's some powerful magic.
You need an invitation.
Well, yes, usually. The bridge of light only extends if you have someone from the inside extending it. It's, you can't just go there. It's a bit more complicated than that, but you would need to make connections and stuff.
Theoretically, we have a connection.
Do we?
Well, like from his parents, aren't they?
Can
Maybe not by ignorance, but maybe through snow.
I mean, I have.
I think we
less-
have better
6 pairs of
chance.
eyes. Well, 6 and 1 eye, 5 and 1 eye. Eternal snow.
I mean, I met Lelongshore, I think once.
I think
I don't think they even know my name.
I
So.
think that. I don't know.
Everyone seems to think that maybe they're treating him like that for his own good, like my parents do for me.
We can find it after we gone inside. Like a surprise for his parents. Like what a
Alright.
wonderful surprise.
All right.
What do you think, Agnes? We can do your parents a surprise. They don't know you're coming and then you're there and that's amazing.
I love that.
Yes, we could try that.
They should be delighted.
Yeah.
we can try.
Surprises at least.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on official business for the Zalabar family, so maybe even that name could help
Yeah.
us get inside.
Yeah. Plus, maybe there's like wizards that hang out like on the other side of the coast.
Yeah. Is there?
Then maybe we can just make friends with, and then they can invite us.
Is there maybe a settlement on this side of, well, on land, not?
You're asking the goblin.
Yeah.
Well, not really. There is like some a gate tower, if you wish,
Oh.
which connects to the light bridge, but it's not really like a settlement per se. It is a very like the library is not a city. It's not. It's just a. Think of it as a place where people go to study mostly, and so that's its main purpose.
Yeah. Oh, we could.
If you wish to meet wizards, I could suggest you go to Etherglade. That's a place where wizards
Etherglade.
Could you
reside a
repeat
lot.
that, please?
Sorry.
Etherglade.
Etherglade.
Okay.
Etherglades. Etherglade. But it's a very long shot. Like it's not like you meet wizards every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, would you like to see my candles?
So
I got the one that I wanted. I feel like we can.
Well, I have very cool candles.
What?
Indeed.
Yes.
What can they do? What does this iceberry candle do?
Smelled it.
Ah.
But I have other things that are much more useful, like yours, who burns underwater and people around it can breathe underwater. That is useful, right?
It's
So
useful.
I thought that was
Thank you for
for a single person.
No, it's actually like a
It's like a
bubble, if you wish.
Yeah.
It's a very specific thing. And that's why I had to go to Etherglade. Only there
What
to
else
stick.
do you have?
I'm glad you asked.
I know.
Forgot to freeze
Etherglade.
my thing. Yes. So, I have two more.
Friends.
I have two more special candles, if you wish. And he like rummages in a finer box than the others. Like, most of the boxes he has, about 4 or 5 boxes, are crates, and you get there. Those are like the scented candles, the standard selling type. But then he has like this more of like a chest with a lock, and like from that he took the blue candle that is called depth candle. And just for it allows you to, as you burn, like it burns for when you light it the first time, you roll 1d4, and that's the amount of hours you can burn. You can switch it off and turn it back on, and the effect resumes. And as long as the candle is burning, people within 30 feet of it can breathe underwater.
Nice.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
But then.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard that candle too.
that
Yeah.
Like, people in a 30 feet radius.
Can breathe underwater.
That
Can't breathe underwater.
That's powerful. That's a powerful
So-
magic.
I hack and like takes from one of the things called, yes, this one here is a very simple thing. It's like a pretty standard white candle, like doesn't really have anything new to it, and like it presents it to you. It's like, this is the never-ending candle. This candle simply never burns out. It's very effective if you need a permanent light source. This is used in many of the like noble houses to provide this permanent lighting, and sometimes in catacombs and stuff like that, when people go just once in a blue moon, and so
And can you turn it off, or is it like?
of course you can turn it off, but as long as it's lit, it remains lit.
I love how it's like wealthy household and catacombs.
Well, yes, it's mostly like it's the two market segments I have seen the
Mood
most.
change.
Temples, stuff like that. It's not something that people every day buy.
Interesting, not really useful. Well, it is useful, but
But I mean, I can
We
produce
have-
light any time.
you are.
I'm light.
You are like.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is not.
Oh no, that's
not your
amazing, but
liking. But then I have another thing which is pretty. I would like to show this to you, and like ticks off a candle that is like brownish in color, and like has kind of the color and the granularity almost of like sugar cane, kind of cane sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And like takes off a match and lights it. And in about 5-10 seconds, you start you start smelling a scent that reminds each of you of something of your past. Something like very specific, something that you can recall almost immediately and like brings you back and is so strong as effect that for a second like silence falls on the group. Right?
Cosmos has clear. It's
And my eyes also like
What would the
immediately.
smell be?
Hmm?
What would the smell be for each of you? I'm curious.
well. For me, is the smell of my
Armpit. Sorry.
Arm.
armpit.
I'm sorry.
Of my. Now I can't say it. of the style of my dad's that where he
Forged.
yeah
So like
where
the
he
forged.
something.
Okay, so there's this like burnt iron and
Yeah.
oil
And
kind
also
of scent.
food.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Akra?
It's the smell of a soup.
Mm-hmm.
The man who had me as a foster child for a long time, and whose name was like mine, so Akram, whose name I borrowed.
This you are saying out loud, I would say, just.
And he used to, like, he taught me everything I know about the human realm and like how to behave and how to just live basically. And he was like a father or grandfather figure to me, and he used to make this very spicy, warm soup, and that's the smell I'm feeling right now.
So the goblin's like, that is very sweet.
It is.
Aw,
How about you? What do you hear?
what
What do you smell?
What do you smell?
So
If you feel like sharing, no, Kiki. Like, I smell nothing.
I
I'm like, oh, damn business.
Yeah. Well, something that reminds me of a scene in my past. I don't feel comfortable
fine.
enough yet to share it with you. Sorry.
You dog lady?
I smell like this kind of mix of various flowers that used to grow in the garden behind the mansion that I would tend to when I was younger.
You have a dimension.
I served in a mansion.
A mansion.
The dimensions.
You tended to dimensions.
And that
Mhm.
and there's I would like to say, as for the players, there's a part that Snow isn't specifying. It's a particular scene, a particular moment, but she just leaves it at that.
Okay. I smell like it's a really cold one, like no smell, and I know it doesn't, but like wet rocks and really
Moisture.
icy and humid, like a mine that has been flowed or something like that. But and I'm getting like incredibly angry right now. Like I'm trying to contain myself because it's not really nice, and I have this incredible
This is
headache
not
and
a
pulsing.
negative smell. It's mostly like something that you, it brings you emotion rather than.
I'm not saying that the smell is what makes me angry. It's what activated.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm feeling it's like fresh sheets. My mom used to she had like she was the tailor of the city of the town basically. So she's the tailor of the town and she basically cleans stuff for everybody else. So we had this big room and my mother would clean all the clothes that people would bring to her and it's such a nice smell and
Underwater.
I did not live underwater. I lived on a coast town.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, I did not live underwater. Okay. I'm right here right now. Do you see me? I'm breathing air.
Yeah, but like I thought you grew up underwater.
Well, I thought you grew up in a bonfire.
Rude.
I'm sorry.
Do you guys think I like to chase sticks? Because I feel like we're working off a bit of prejudice here.
It's true. Let's just. Okay. Did you live in a house? Yeah.
Do you?
I lived in a house.
No, don't. Fuck you.
I like that we cleared.
That last
And
part
the
was
woman
the
like snaps out the candle. And it's like, this is the memory candle.
Which is it?
This is 20 pieces. And I have only 3.
Yeah, I was asking not because I wanted it.
So sorry.
No.
If you don't remember stuff, you can tell me and I can remember that for you.
I will just
You need that.
No.
Then this candle is also, by the effect of this candle, you all have disadvantage to wisdom saving throws until the effect lasts,
Good. How long does it?
Oh.
until the candle is lit.
Let's just turn it off.
Do we realize that it like influences
You realize that your like mental defenses are very low right now. Like you're extremely
I
emotional.
knew this
essentially.
guy wasn't any good.
I do not have disadvantage
You
because I have advantage on
wisdom saving throw.
wisdom. Yes, based on the smell.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's a bit specific, but I will say that you would not have disadvantage from this. Disadvantage from this effect.
It
That's
is my
interesting.
stance power.
I like the effect. I like the thing.
Well,
Your wisdom checks, not saving throws, but it works.
yes.
I will add it.
The
Very
candle
thematic.
works too.
Yes.
It's a nice candle.
I don't think any of us can afford it yet. At least I can't.
No, me neither.
Too bad. I'll keep it for now. So,
Has you paid me my 50 gold pieces already? Alright. Okay.
You can afford it.
Yeah, I have
hand you a
Why is it
leather pouch.
for 50 gold pieces? Like Millerite gave us the horses.
I was just
Why does she
haggling with
get
her,
the money?
and that's why. That's it.
Not to be a bitch about it, but
That's right, actually.
like Millerite gave everybody the horses.
Yeah.
But like you
Yeah.
got all the money.
Yeah,
It's
if
all
you
there.
if you had
It
waited,
wasn't, like, specifically her
I was-
like
I was dividing it into. I was saying that I was
Okay.
going to divide it into 10, into 5-10 pieces,
okay.
little piles, and give each one of you your own.
Okay.
How
No.
much?
10
But
gold
you
pieces.
wouldn't have it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any.
I don't need it.
Oh, no.
You
Can't
can
we
keep
just
it.
divide it by
No, that's fine.
6?
That's fine. No, really, keep it. I have enough money now.
How much do you have?
14 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, I had 5, so I'll take it.
You can keep it if you want, like, for real.
All right. If you ever need something for yourself, just all right.
will ask. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you should give mine too. I don't need it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm. Well, I think it has been a nice evening, and I am pretty tired. And tomorrow I would like to be on route as soon as possible, since I've been stuck here for 2 days. So, good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
And like jumps on the carriage where you can see there is like a place between the crates where he has like set down like a bedroll. Yes, and like you see his navel and
Oh, I'm sorry.
yes.
Can I? How much is that permanent candle.
The permanently burning one.
Yes.
Oh, it is 2 gold pieces. It's very simple.
Here.
Just one?
Yes. I guess if nobody else wants. I
And like throws it to you from the carriage.
thank.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
So how are we moving right now? We don't have one horse, right?
Yeah,
So we
so
don't
we
have
would be.
foot or wait.
Did we?
I can walk.
Kiki will be walking. You would be on one horse. Cosmo another, so that's 2.
I think we gave him Kyle probably,
Yeah.
just because.
I can give
No,
you
I
Did we
sold
give-
mine. I sold mine.
Which one was the sick one? We also had a sick
The-
one.
the mayor.
The mare.
Why did you point me?
Because we want to. They
No,
gave it
but-
to you, the mare.
We did not use it. I just want to make. I just want to say. I wanted to say it last time.
You did, like, you didn't use her, but you kept her.
She's with us, but nobody's using
So
her.
we have Chad.
Take the
We have Kyle.
Kyle.
We
Okay.
have the mayor, and we had 5 horses in total.
Yeah.
Yes, you had 5 horses in
Yes.
total.
So now we
which-
have 4.
one of which is
No,
the
no, no,
mayor.
no, no, because you both were riding together, were you?
We
Yeah,
are.
we
We
were
were
riding
riding together.
together, so
So
you
1,
both.
2, 3, 4, and 5 that we didn't use.
The mare.
So I could, I have my own horse because Kiki doesn't want to ride on a horse anymore. But I'm changing it. I'm going to ride the mare.
Okay.
I will call you Scrunkly.
Nice.
So we have Kyle, Chad, Scrunkly, and unnamed horse.
And Davna's horse.
And then
And CP.
Unnamed
And horse.
Princess Caroline
We
project.
don't want to name it, or we'll end up keeping it. So.
True.
Well,
So,
good night to you and to your horse. Should we walk a bit?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
walk.
Go.
Let's proceed for a bit.
Yes.
it's
I'm not tired if we want
But
to
it's
talk.
like dark right now.
it is dark. You're not tired though, so.
No, we need like. I thought it was like
Narrow?
narrow.
What specifically?
The road we were taking. I don't know.
It is, you're a bit like making it up as you go. Like, there's no path specific, like
Okay.
you're walking in this, as the topography essentially allows you.
Okay. So just because some of us don't have dark vision,
Yes.
so I was just thinking about that. But
So nice that half of you don't have that vision. It's so good. And actually do stuff with darkness. So, who is helming this travel, and how long do you wish to keep going?
So if I think we should like I'm just saying this, but I think we should go on for like 1 hour and then sit down because I know we're not tired, but we shouldn't be traveling too much at night.
yes, also because otherwise we lose all like the track of time. We'll arrive
exactly. We
the
should.
next night.
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
We gotta get back to a regular sleep schedule.
Right.
Really.
Jet lag
That's
is
healthy.
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so you set off to continue your journey for about an hour and a half more, and from this position, it's a bit cloudy this night, so it's not very easy to keep track of time using the stars, but you can kind of about get the gist of it, and you can like kind of understand when you're getting to the midnight point. And at that point, you decide to stop once again, and you've not made much road, considering that the horses have rested a bit, whether or not as fresh as they were the morning, but you still manage to proceed some miles more, and you arrive in view of the second mountain pass that will allow you to essentially traverse the largest portion essentially of this mountain path, and come in sight of the other shore. Would you like to search for a place to sleep?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
who is going to do that?
Definitely not me.
Me neither.
I can help.
I can do it.
Okay, make a survival check, or both of you, or one with advantage.
Big advantage.
Thank you. National 20.
Roll
Yeah.
just to see.
Plus,
Get
see if
another
we
one.
can- What was it? Check?
Survival.
Survival.
Survival. 25.
Roll
Just
to
to see if you get to another. Two. Okay, good shape for advantage. So you all kind of like scatter to search for a place where you can stand, but the people without their vision struggle a bit in this situation, are stuck, like mostly stand together waiting for an indication. You are set towards like you check the rocky face essentially of the mountain to your left, and there is like this it's not like a pocket of trees, but it's more like a couple of evergreens here and there, and between two of them you see what looks to be like a small cave. It's not like a cave, it's more like somebody like you have an avalanche, like a small avalanche in the past, and they have created like this crack essentially in the mountain, which seems to be pretty it's not like deep, but it is pretty you have a decent cover, and in that position specifically it almost looks like you have the air flow to light a fire and be very close to it without just
Without suffocating.
suffocating itself, essentially.
I mean, like, for a 25, I would have hoped for, like, free Wi-Fi.
I'm sorry, in the middle of nowhere, you
But-
can't really expect it, but that is a nice
Cracking a
place.
mountain is fine.
And it also has a bit of a creek, like coming just a few paces away, so you also have a bit of flowing water, which is more than you
Okay, good.
could hope for.
It's perfect.
There is this crack in
Huh?
which we can use.
It's probably caused by an avalanche.
Probably.
That's a great find, Akram.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll just check again with magic awareness just to see if there's.
Okay. Now the candles release their small magical effect. Nothing really catches your attention at this
Okay.
moment.
And we're near. Like, there is nothing in this. I totally forgot every word I know in English.
Mountain pass, valley,
Like, yes, in
Place.
the buco, dove siamo?
Oh,
the crack, like in the
Okay.
yes,
The crack.
There's
cave.
anything that
No, not really.
not.
Can I also cast a divine sense? Cast
Sure.
or just
Indeed. Once again, you as well don't really feel anything that has that kind of origin in this space.
But I would like to look at the pareti, not the
Walls.
walls. Grazie,
Use-
no, ho
try to
vuoto
read-
mentale.
Try not to use it all, please.
Okay. The walls
Yes.
of the mountain, and wants to see if there like any, scribble on it, like anything that says that someone has been there or
Make a perception
left
check.
anything there. Hmm. 12.
12. Don't really find much. It seems to be a pretty not much traversed place, so it's very improbable that you would find any kind of indication of anybody like
Okay.
Ingvar was here and stuff like that.
Well, we could make camp here.
Yes, definitely.
Nice spot.
And force
Without-
ourselves to sleep.
Also, like, I can take the first turn of guard if you want.
Oh,
like,
We can do turn of guards. I feel like
I go
I'll,
second.
I'll take the first one if you don't mind.
you could do it together.
If you mind, I'll do.
I would do the first one. I don't like my sleep being interrupted.
Okay.
Like,
Do the last one. Just saying. No, fine. It's fine.
Okay, so who is
No, no, nothing.
nothing? Okay, so who is taking the first one?
Davna.
me.
Yeah, my-
Okay.
Before going to sleep, Kiki just leaves for a bit, finds a bit of a secluded place. Stay.
Okay.
With the permanent candle lit. Reflects.
Yeah, it's like this greenish flame instead of red. It's the only weird thing about this kind of weapon. It projects this dim light and crackling flame in an area around you and makes a cozy atmosphere almost.
I manifest my echo and stay there and talk for a bit.
To yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So-
will help everyone except for Davna fall asleep by repeatedly casting sleep as more of a like not a real like spell but a soothing like veil of magic on them.
Like some kind of lullaby.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's most of most of my spells are picked out to be a better servant, and I often use this to allow the children to sleep when they were little. So.
Those.
Ida in the meantime. No.
Okay. So, first watch is
Me.
Arna. Make a perception check. You have dark vision, correct?
Yes. 20, but not natural.
20 but natural. Okay. You sit on a rock next to the area where your group is currently sleeping soundly, thanks to the help of snow, and simply stare in this pretty peaceful
The
atmosphere.
void.
It is a pretty. You grow an eye here. It is a pretty peaceful time in the night. It is still cloudy and the moon is covered by the mountains, so there's not much light, but you can still see enough of what is around you to appreciate the panorama that you are able to witness.
Is it like some blocks where we like
I was gonna say
around the-
that seeing how peaceful the situation is, you start just wandering around in search of something that catches your attention, and in what is part of like a smaller boulder that is next to where you are, you find like jammed in there a small geode. It's very, very nice and fancy with this like crystallized interior in this looks to be an air bubble essentially with a crystallized lining of purple crystals, and it's very, very fancy. It is part of the rock right now, so it's very complex to take out, but you could try and do something.
Okay, then could you describe it? Okay, later. Then
It's geode, so it's like imagine a pocket of air inside of a rock with the
It's
interior
not the
lining
colors.
crystals.
Purple.
purple.
Purplish color, not dissimilar to the stone you have in your neck, even though it lacks the shine in your neck. Sorry, yes, necklace.
So I'll try to take it.
Okay, I would say for that you would need to. Do you have any tools that would allow you to work with stone or something like that?
Mining.
Okay. Do you have proficiencies?
I have proficiency in like a lot of things.
But two.
Smithing.
Smithing tools would work. You
Yeah.
have enough like of a mullet and some pins to be able to try and work this out. And I will say that given your background, you would have something like that on you. So make a smithing tool check. So use your smithing tool proficiency. +5. In this situation, it would be your choice of strength or dexterity, deciding how you decide to approach. If more of like blunt force or more of a studied approach.
So +5.
I'm gonna do it. 17 plus 5, 22.
22.
Yeah.
This boulder has a very irregular shape, And this geode is on what is essentially like a rocky outcrop from this main boulder. So you have something to work with in trying to take this out. It is small, it's nothing major, it's like the size of your fist essentially, but it is pretty fancy, and you decide it is worth your time. So you spend about the rest of your watch and a bit in like creating like a picket crown around the base of this geode, and then with the mullet slowly start to like hammer it in. Try not to wake everyone with the sound, but after it takes you more than an hour just to set up the situation, and then you just start picketing and like hammering on the steel rods that you've inlaid in the stone. And after solid 10 minutes of constant hammering, you hear it, and the main body of the geode detaches. It's not a clean cut, like part of the geode is still in the rock, but you have taken out essentially this fist-like sized chunk of rock that, if you turn it, has this like purple crystal geode in it. It's very fancy.
I'm like so satisfied. I'm gonna put it in my left.
Oh.
Okay. So you then proceed to wake up the next person, who is
Either Cosmo or
Cosmo.
me.
Okay.
If everyone.
So
But I don't have that wish.
make a perception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
No.
Yeah, it's a seven.
7 plus 4, 11. No,
11?
sorry. 7.
7. So, as you wake up, Cosmo, you see that the whatever spell that Snow cast had a pretty impactful effect, and you see that he really struggles to like stay awake, but he dutifully takes his place and sits on the same rock where you stood before. On your perspective, though, it is very different. You have next to no light, and your vision is takes a while to get adapted to this kind of low light level, and so you have to like close your eyes and stretch them a little bit just to try and make out shapes and up, but like further than 20 feet from where you are. Essentially, you're almost blind, but you can hoping that some cloud breaks and some moonlight is actually able to shine. You wait there patiently, and it passes about 1 hour and 15 minutes something, and you perceive a motion just at the end of your vision. You see something shift and move.
Did I know about Kiki? That she.
But I thought
Oh,
then
I came back.
It
okay.
was just a small.
I watched. I stayed out for like 30 minutes.
Well, we'll just take my shield in the front, say it. I will not say anything
Mhm.
because I don't want to be spotted, but I will
Mhm.
be there ready to
Mhm.
attack if needed.
Okay, so you stay where you are essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. No more movement catches your eye, and the rest of your watch passes by, and you feel you're reached about the 2-hour mark, and you can change the next person.
Who wants to?
I could.
It's okay.
So you become Kiki.
And go back to.
You can roll a perception check with
I will
disadvantage.
light my permanent.
Okay,
You
okay,
just
I will
decide.
say you don't have to have disadvantage. It is 10 feet
Yeah.
bright light, and then 10 additional feet dim light.
Okay. So without disadvantage or with?
Yes, without disadvantage for like your general area. You have a little ice. I think.
16.
16. Okay. You wait patiently for your watch to be over, essentially. Pretty bored. Nothing really happens in its time. No movements, no sounds. Certain moments you see a couple of birds pass by, but it's just that.
Just flying rats.
Yeah.
It is very peaceful, very silent. And as you are there pondering your life choices, you see at the horizon the sunshine and start to rise. It's about 6:30 a.m. You gather, maybe a little later, and you feel like you could probably start waking up the rest.
I wait for like 20 minutes and see the whole sunrise and then wake up the others.
It's pretty. The color, the mountain mixes so that when the sun actually breaks over the mountain, it is already daylight, strong daylight, so you can't really see that nice like shifting hue of color, but it is still a pretty fancy sunrise.
But we slept for just 6 hours, right? Because it was 2 hours.
You slept about 6 hours, but actually like the things, the periods of time that each of you controlled was a bit longer.
Alright.
Sometimes it was not precisely 2 hours
Alright,
and no
alright.
clocks in a way to actually tell precise time. So it's about 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to
Yes, yes.
understand what time it was.
Yes, it's about 8 a.m. as
Alright.
you all came to consciousness. You about slept 8 hours, but very like deep slumber, and you feel this time you feel very well rested. Well, the night before was a bit sketchy, and you know, your rhythm was completely messed up, and so it's not very resting. This time you feel very energized. And
Yes,
here is
right.
where we're gonna take a break. Yo.
Read it off.
With that, so as you wake up in the first lights of the day, as the sun crests over the mountains,
It's
what would you
morning.
like to do?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Harsha.
Oh, that is one.
Sunshine.
Should we go?
Yeah. That wait.
So, without much preparation, not much, it's more in the sense of like, yes, like you pretty straightforwardly.
Further ado.
Without further ado, you pack up your things, eat a very fast breakfast, fill your water skins in the water where you bathed the previous day, and
Like water.
I'm kidding. You have a creek next that
Yeah.
comes into a maybe the same creek. I'm wondering. you didn't check. No, so you fill your water skins and start your day's journey. I assume, since you will still keep the medium pace and progress in the same order and manner. Are you walking?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying
you-
to walk beside the.
Okay, so
the
you
group.
will have to slow down a bit. So the horses will not be much of a mean of transportation to move faster, but mostly like to save your energies. And you slowly but surely trudge along. Once again, make a survival check. Let's see how, if you're still leading, of course, to see how well the day goes.
12.
12? Nice, decent. You, once again, a bit uncertain, start to plot essentially your path step by step. essentially. And sometimes you find yourself in places and position where the best thing to do is just turn around and search a better route. But in general, you manage to keep.
We're going in circle, Master Frodo. Sorry.
You manage to keep a fairly speedy pace, and after about 4 to 5 hours of travel, you reach the mountain pass and the crest over into where you can now see as like the foot of the mountain starts to descend. It is still quite ways away. You assume at least you will have probably to spend another night out, but you can start to see in the middle, in the like far distance, you can see a wood that leads into simple plains that end with the shore, and you can just see the brilliance of the sea in the distance. And from your vantage point, you are able to see an island across from where you are, plenty of miles away still, but to the horizon you can see this island, which has a tower that is standing on itself. It's a pretty... From here is not something that catches your attention per se. You would know what you're looking at to recognize it from this distance, but you can see the outline and the shape essentially of this tower. And as the longer you stare, it almost feels like it's slowly bobbing up and down gently midair. So, it is now about 1 p.m. The sun today is very hot. There is no cloud cover at all, and even though it is right now the 1st of Falmar, you feel like it is still almost summer, basically. It's still very hot, very... in this position, the sun specifically burns, and even though you have a decent wind that had picked up in the first part of the afternoon, you still feel the burning sensation of the sun rays that are very, very strong today. And slowly but surely, you make your way downwards towards the tree cover, and as you get there, you actually find a pretty comfortable atmosphere. It is much shadier, and but it's still lit, very well lit. You have a lot of light that is shining through the tree cover, and you can feel your way perfectly, much differently from the past time where you moved in the night forest. This time you can just appreciate your surroundings and this walk in the woods, essentially. You even manage to catch a glimpse of some animals here and there that are living their best life in this peaceful environment. And you start to wonder where the stories about the dangers of wildering come from. It seems to be such a pleasant and,
I don't like that. I don't like
welcoming place. No, but you, about the end of the afternoon, when the afternoon starts to get into the evening and the sun sets to the horizon, you actually feel like you're out of the mountains right now, and you are in the span of a couple of days. You've actually traversed a sizable chunk of land, and passing through the mountains has allowed you to change completely your environment. You've passed from the coastal lines and the ambience and environment of the coast, which stands to the south of Sense Landing, to a much more rural countryside, essentially. You can see here and there some not cottages, but like some sort of like wooden buildings, and even a windmill that slowly rotates in the distance, and it's very it's kind of pleasant. You see, there is quite far away from where you are, but you can hear the sound from here. You can hear the bells of cows that are pasturing in the grass, and Once again, everything here is incredibly peaceful and pleasant.
Cottagecore.
Definitely
Yes.
Very.
quite.
Quite.
But it is now getting late, and you feel like it's probably time to try and find a place to settle for the night.
We're just sleeping.
Unless you wish to
Saying
push
good times.
towards something.
How far is the city still?
Which city specifically?
The library.
The library.
The
You
gates.
can now see it in the distance. Make a perception check to see if you can ascertain what kind of distance you're talking about.
That's what I want.
It was.
It wasn't.
It
I
was-
wish it would. I wish it was. 7 plus 1, 8.
Okay. It is pretty difficult to ascertain a precise timing because you can see that you have like there is a large river that cuts your way through to the gate. You can see it over the tree cover, but it is still, that is mostly because you are on a hill and so have a bit of far distance. You probably need some more hours of travel. So you would get there in very late night. But if you feel like walking, you can try at least and move towards it.
But Etherblade to the place
Yes.
that.
It is couple more days walk to
okay.
the west
Okay.
from the up. So it's not that close. From my position to the east, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
I don't know if that's wise.
I don't know if I can walk
Yeah, you are.
some more.
You have quite the size in this moment.
Yeah.
If you want to, we can.
No, I don't think. But I'm open to suggestions.
Nah.
Nah, let's sleep.
Okay, so would you like to make some? Like to make some checks to see
Like-
whether you can find a place. Who is going to?
I
hand the
will.
search? Okay.
Help me.
Maybe you.
Go ahead, like we can both do it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
either you roll with advantage or
I'll
you
give
can
you
go for.
advantage.
Chiara used enough natural 20s for today.
17.
17. Okay.
Good.
You. If anything, you have the problem that you find a lot of places you could possibly settle. Like,
There's just so many options. No.
mostly yes. Like it is, you're far from a path, and you are in general like in a part of the forest where visibility is decent. It's not
There's
very
some
like
visibility
thick
in this
forest where you have the
forest.
problem
Not
of
a
finding a
forest.
place. It's more like a controlled kind of undergrowth, and you can spot even just by standing in a higher position. You can spot a couple of hills and different places you could possibly choose. And but the most like interesting place that you spot is the sloping side of a hill where it gets very like it's grassy and soft essentially where it ends in a curve of a river, and so you would have also like flowing water, much wider and much deeper than the creeks that you have seen in this period. It's just it's like an actual river coming from down the mountain, and you assume that could be a very
Yes,
decent
there's a
place
place
to settle.
next to that actual river.
An actual river.
Yeah, it's an actual river.
That's
Okay.
so actual.
Well, that's rest
Yeah,
mind.
absolutely.
Okay, so you settle for the night. Would you like to make some turns?
Do you want to do like
Yeah, I will.
last night?
I can take care of like the second round, since I guess you or Davina would like to have the first.
Do you want to?
Yes, I was thinking maybe someone who did it the night before could do that.
I mean, yes, I can go first, okay?
Nice.
Okay.
Well, I wanna sleep.
So I'll take the. I'll
Akram?
watch. I like to see the sunrise.
How romantic.
Yeah, I know.
So if you wish to do something before going to sleep,
My usual magic awareness. Like,
okay,
it will happen sometimes.
it will happen.
Something will happen.
This is not the time though. Once again, you can't feel anything magical per se, like enchanted or anything in the like general vicinity of where you stand.
Okay, at least we know the
Yeah,
danger.
It's a form of safety.
Yeah, yeah.
we should do it all
Could be
the
used
time.
like that, yes.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna pray a little bit again, and then I'm gonna just sketch in my sketchbook.
okay, you all have like your routines essentially that you
I will
entertain in.
train on that for a bit.
Okay.
That's
You all have your moments, and then one by one you start finding your place around the fire and preparing for a good night of sleep. Akram, make me a perception check.
17.
A 17. So, you stand.
Like, doesn't he have advantage? Because he has dark vision.
No, not necessarily. You do not have disadvantage. If
Oh, okay.
the visibility and the conditions of visibility in general are good, even like in a full moon night without clouds, even non-dark vision, the character would be fine. But
Okay.
in general, like it's more about if it is pitch black,
Okay.
can't see shit. So, Akram,
Yeah.
you sat down for the night. On the first place that you find comfortable, a bit bored and not so happy about having to. Yeah.
So I start like singing. And I'm
Very-
like, row, row, row your boat down the stream.
It's a very obnoxious kind of singing.
Yeah. It's like very annoying.
You get a couple of rocks thrown at you by.
And it, like, I just go on with row, row, row your boat for like hours ahead.
Akram, please, buddy.
Merrily, merrily.
I will.
So, but your turn. What's the name? I can't get the name.
Guarding.
Yeah.
Watch.
Watch.
Your watch.
I got it. Your watch goes much smoother, and after a while you almost feel a bit drowsy, since really nothing is happening. And you hear a sound behind you, a sort of.
Someone does the second voice to my thought.
It's like
The harmony behind
that would be so horror. Like,
Just harmonize.
somebody harmonizing with your voice.
In the middle of the woods alone.
Kinda looks like sound of
Really?
flowing water,
So wet sounds. Whatever.
like very wet. Sound.
And I started having like PTSD from that. So you said like water falling, like
You
water falling.
hear like behind you some sort of flowing water sound.
Okay. Where are they sleeping?
Oh, kind of in front of you, like you are just in the ring. Sure.
Okay. So it's I don't want to wake up everybody just like now. So maybe is there some kind of check I could do, or maybe
You could turn around.
Make a. How much is your passive perception actually? Even
I'm
without.
sorry,
How much is your passive perception?
5,
No,
I don't think so.
50.
But I don't think so. You would have a -6.
Fine.
You feel like a shade
Dangerous
behind you.
woman.
So
Sorry.
it's like, first of all, you notice that there are no birds singing right now. Everything is perfectly silent and still. And as you
No, good.
slowly
Immediately
turn
go,
around,
I hate this.
you see a large shape looming over you. And here is where we're gonna take. We are gonna end tonight's
Oh,
episode.
fuck.
No. Goodbye, everyone. It was
Like, I
nice.
feel it.
It's been an honor.
Whatever it is, it's straight behind you. Enjoy.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Everyone
No,
have a nice evening, and we'll see
Oh,
you
no.
next time. Bye bye.
Oh no.
Everyone besides Vikram, have a nice evening.
Yeah, having a Tarasco behind you is
Yeah.
kind of sad.
Oh,
Bye bye.
bye.
I